Welcome back, boys and some girls. Going to grind to level up is kind of boring. It's been done many times before, so I just thought that maybe I would make my own way to level up. And because my main aim in the game is to make a business, I don't need to rush to the levels. I have no need to rush to max level right away, so I can take it a bit more slow. And with that I thought, how about I try to play as a pacifist cleric and hit absolutely nothing? And hey, it kind of worked, but it's definitely not fast. It took me quite a few days to get this ready. Right from level 1 I got my horse from the Sweat of Your Brow quest, which is the one that introduces you to the artisan system. It's the tutorial for this. I took my horse and I went down to Mirrorlith, which always level up first because Titan's Ring is the best and all the low level dungeons that is around Mirrorlith. I started hitting trees, harvesting herbs, hunting animals, everything I could just to gain experience from the artisan system. I could technically leech on my friends and level up with them by not eating anything, but it's not going to be fun if I do that. Now, as Mirrorlith was not even level 1, I could not store any resource in the node or sell it to a merchant without having to cross all the way back to Lionhold and buy farms. So I just didn't pick anything up after my inventory was full. After a while, luckily for me, the node leveled up and I could start storing some of the legendaries I got and sell whatever I didn't need. But here I made a mistake. What I could have done is after 250 of every item, I could have just gone to Briar Farms for the wood or agriculture supply for the herbs to place it in the novice station to already start gaining big experience points. But I didn't for a long while. I just continued doing my thing for over half a day until I realized, hey, I could do that, so I just did. I went over to Briar Farms, placed the wood order, did the same for herbs, and went back to farming. Now, since I plan to have a business in the game, I saved all the carcasses and some of the other materials so I can actually process them for our guilds to level up our artisan skill level to a sufficient level. And of course, the moment I got back to Mirrorlith, I remembered that I can also buy artisan clothing in the Briar Farms. So I had to go back to get the clothing also. The novice clothes don't add crazy stats, but they do help you in the long run overall when you calculate it. After I got them, I continued to be the locust that I am and harvest everything that is in my sight. Early levels came pretty fast, and here's the part where I reveal that since events in the game are bugged, I'm not 100% artisan XP, because while farming around Carfen, I was in the event zone and I got some of the XP from that. Even though I didn't do anything, all I did was harvest trees. One other time that happened to me is while I was healing a friend that was farming some grams for poop and skin. I was out of the party. We activated the Oak Bear event. I got some experience from that too. But besides those incidents, I am just gaining experience only from doing artisan skills. I'm definitely not doing this in the most ideal way because I also run a business in the game, so I have to stop and do other things that may not be 100% grind. Many times I have to cross the map just to sell some items or collect some money from someone. So those things distract me from focusing only on leveling up. The most efficient way to level up using artisan skills is by far processing. The best way would be harvesting trees and herbs and just setting 250 batches in every town. Until your 250 batch is ready, you can continue to farm more trees and more herbs to get ready for the next batch. But you also need to sell some of it in order to get some money for the processing fees, which are not fun at the start. And on top of that, while you're doing all of this, you also need to alternate between clothing to fit your current farming method. So different shirts for lumberjacking, lumber milling, weaving, herbalism. Besides that, you also need the scroll buff for every type of profession, so gathering, processing, and crafting scrolls. And you need to keep all of this up all of the time to scratch what somebody else can do just farming around the dungeons for a few hours. Currently I am level 8. It will take me some time to level up to level 9 because last night a certain fellow chased after me while I was gathering and had some good resources on me, so I couldn't just afford to die. I went into Halcyon to seek help from the guards, but I accidentally turned it into a dangerous place. I tried to pull aggro and get him out of the city, but he was glued to the guards, and in me doing so I had to damage him for a crazy 20 damage every critical hit. So now I'm not a true pacifist run, but I will treat it that way anyway. In the time I tried to pull him out of the village, I actually died a few times, so now I have a big EXP debt to pay until I start to actually gaining some experience. Oh, and by the way, I don't know what happened to him. I requested a GM's help to maybe reset him or get me aggro or something, but just nothing helped. So, and I haven't logged in to see what happened, so I don't know. My current artisan skills are lumberjacking 21, mining 4, herbalism 13, hunting 15, weaving 7, lumber milling 11. It is pretty self-explanatory. You know what I've been doing. It takes some time, Some are harder to get, especially with the problems we have right now of trying to get minerals. It is pretty hard. They did increase last night the amount of like how many resources respawn, how fast they respawn, but we'll see. I will continue doing this challenge as though I have not failed it when I tried luring the big bot of Halcyon, as I didn't get any XP from him, and he hit every single damage point I did to him. In the following days I will be doing exactly what I've done up until now, and I will keep you updated with any new findings or new results that I find from this continuous artisan grind. But besides that, it's a pretty short video. There's not much to say because there is not a lot of progression going on to do here, so I don't need to continuously drill into your head that, hey, this is I'm mining trees, I'm harvesting trees, I'm harvesting trees, I'm harvesting trees. So there's not much besides that. And that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, let me know why so I can improve. And besides that, keep yourself safe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.